President Obama has a new proposal out, or so they claim. That's what they're telling the press, that he's going to say in the State of the Union that he is going to tackle existing coal-fired plants. Now, they've done some of this already for new coal-fired plants. They got new regulations on that so that they pollute less. That's good. And look, you got to keep in mind that whenever you're evaluating any politician, you can't look at it as black and white. And you can't do it based on whether you like the guy, don't like the guy, et cetera. And every case is new and different. So obviously I'm deeply skeptical of President Obama, but he has done some work in limiting emissions, and so that's positive. Right now, in other ways, he has not been very environmentally friendly, but in that way he has. And now they're saying not just new coal-fired plants, but existing ones might get regulation. In fact, let me quote the Wall Street Journal here. This would be the first time the agency regulates existing plants to curb emissions of the greenhouse gases scientists believe contribute to global warming. Well, that sounds pretty good, right? But as with all Obama stories, here come the glitches. Later in the Wall Street Journal article, they explain, quote, the president may not announce the specific steps in the speech itself. The White House would not specify what policy steps he might take, but said any steps would likely come later. Okay, so this is the part where you start to go, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. So we already got an issue here. So trust me, vague assurances in the State of the Union, nothing specific, and I might do it way later. But so why bother announcing it? Get to the bottom of this Wall Street Journal article and you have this explanation. The White House also must decide this year on the Keystone XL pipeline. If he does give the okay, he could assuage environmentalists by taking action to curb power plant emissions. In other words, oh, yeah, I'll probably do something later, yeah. No, I'll get back to you on that. The Keystone Pipeline, remember how I said before the election I wasn't going to approve it? Idiots still think I'm progressive. Yeah, of course I'm going to approve that. Look, what amount of money would you like to bet that he approves the Keystone Pipeline? I mean, whatever I got, I would bet it. I hope there's a market for it somewhere, okay? I love people who are naively still like, well, Obama really cares about climate change. He's a progressive. And the Keystone Pipeline, God, that's like the worst fossil fuels in the world, and to release that in the brain. And you know what? I don't think it even stays in the country. The pipeline leads from Canada through the U.S. and outside of the country, out of the Gulf Coast into other countries. And it doesn't make us energy independent at all. Well, then I guess he's going to be opposed to it, right? Wrong again, Bob.
Hey, you know what? I'd like to have something to root for, Cenk.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of skepticism, a lot of negativity on the show as of late. Obama's to the right of Bush. Policies suck.
Yeah.
I'll put up $20. He's not going to pass it.
Oh, thanks God, that's $20.
Just for, you know,
please go higher. Higher.
I'm not going higher.
Okay.
No, just for fun. I need something to root for. I need some hope.
No, I hear you. And listen, look, you're going to lose.
Because I don't believe it either.
Yeah, no, I know. And you know you're going to lose that. Okay, that's $20 in my pocket. Thank you. Okay, but I will take your money. Okay, let's just be clear on that. Okay, but here's what you can hope for, and I'm really glad JR said that, because look, part of the reason I did this story, you're not surprised that Obama might go back on his word, not necessarily be progressive, right? But I think this is a good guide. If he winds up actually curbing more emissions from existing coal-fired plants, well, you know what? That might give you a little more of a guide into what he's actually about. And maybe he just is, when it comes to policy, a weak guy who thinks half a loaf, no quarter of a loaf, no an eighth of a loaf is not so bad. Hey, I got you 5% change. I did the emission thing on the coal plants. You know, it's something. But if he doesn't do that at all, and it was all a trick to just approve the Keystone Pipeline, and he never gets back to it, never proposes anything specific, and this is important, or proposes something, but then when Republicans say, don't you dare, he backs down. Well, then you'll know he was a fraud, completely, utterly, that he was a Trojan horse. So we'll track this story, and we'll tell you how it turns out. Because, you know, I don't know the soul of Obama. I know his actions, and I know the results, and that's what matters. So now a lot of the jury is in, but not all of it, and this is the beginning of his second term. So we'll track this one and see if JR's hope is not entirely misplaced.